Hi.
Vince, you go first. He didn't trust me to stay on the ship.
Hello.
He was like, no offense, but you go first.
I don't know how the cat got in here. Oh, that's the window. Or why it's making so much noise. But there's a cat here. So that's a thing. Up, up. Wait, why do I have...
I was joking.
I don't need these. So this might look familiar to some people, though I don't think I spent that much time in this house. It's a little framey for some reason. Or, you know what? I bet you it's the rain. 1 second. Is it set weather or weather set? Set weather? Nope. It's all good, Dragon. It's all good. Slash weather. Oh, do I not need to say set? Alright, fine. Dope, 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 dope. Dope, dope. So, I am currently on the world download. Excuse me. The Parlor SMP Season 1 server. I'm at Spawn. Needle and thread. I'm confused, Drag. I'm confused, but sure. What? Why are... Okay. Very dangerous path. Oh, did I say so? Oops. There's a lot of cool things at Spawn. Oh, I forgot I can float. Really cool at Spawn. This was a mushroom island. Well, I guess it technically still is a mushroom island. But we turned it into grass. And by we... Good news or bad news? What do you mean good news or bad news, Drac? I mean, I think that turning the mushroom island green was good news. It's pretty. What do I think of what? Did I miss something? I probably missed something. You're gonna have to be more specific. Oh, the fact that the nether looks a lot better than it did before. Drac, I don't know what you're talking about. Betting 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4 right now. Well, I mean, no. That's quite possible. I mean, I'm barely just finished my coffee. And I'm fighting a headache. But
We get half of it.
well, yeah, no, I knew it was about SBE. I just didn't know what.
I don't want to fight them all religiously. What?
What? You think? I mean, balloons isn't a bad idea for a theme for an SBE world. If you mean that I will be playing it at some point, yes, that is still a thing that is happening. With the people I told you I was going to, unless they change their minds. If you're asking about something else, I have no idea. So yeah, we had there's a lot of like cool farms here. Some of it's still almost the same as the day I spawned on this island. Like, this nether portal covered in heads. I was wondering about it when you, mentioned just how many different things you had to do. yesterday. I was like, that sounds like a little bit more than
There's a outpost right by this place.
it was before. Fixing all the advancements and stuff. Yeah, this cane farm is actually exactly where it was when I spawned in, I think.
I said, carry the.
A lot of this was here,
Tag and follow me, Isaac.
but not the same.
Come here. Let me bring him over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get another one.
Sing mode, sky, hi. That's one way to say hi. Dang it, I don't have any music. Minecraft. This is not fair. I don't have a background track. Goodness, okay, fine. We're gonna have to rig this up myself. Let's see, let's go into the nether. Maybe it will give us some music. Maybe. There's a lot of cool things in here at spawn. Actually, we should go to the shopping district first. I forgot. It's been so long since I was here. Well, actually, it's only been a couple weeks, but same difference. Apparently, I mean, I could sing better, but I'm not in the mood.
So we just go learn this shit, guys.
Doop, 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 doop.
Yeah.
Over here we have the shopping district.
And I bet you.
Lots of cool things are in here.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, I don't think I ever understood this
All
one.
the skeletons, guys. Pick up all the skeleton stuff in there. Yeah, pick up all the
It was kind of crazy because we switched to diamonds halfway through the season. Yeah, it was designed to look like a mall. Very different from what we have this season.
Claire, you're an artist.
Okay, I think that was 2 minutes. We're just gonna go with it, guys. I actually only had one shop. Yeah, I had to pick a tune and I just went with it, Drac. Oh, does it say 5 minutes? Fine, I'm fixing that later. I thought it took out the time on it. But yeah, it's full of cool shops. Let's see, we had, what was my favorites? Well, where I spent the most money when I had money was probably over here somewhere. Where is it? Not that one. Was probably in here. Because, yeah. Beacons, 5 diamonds. It does? Dang it. And this is Dragon's other shop I spent some money in because Deep Slate was... You sold Deep Slate, didn't you? Or is it Calcite? I don't remember.
Wait, there's a thing we need to get.
But I didn't bother exploring the new area. I have to go back up here. Whee. But I don't want to sing when I go into the grotto.
Where's the action key, Isaac?
So I'm not going to sing when we go into the grotto. Because the grotto
Just give it to them and tell them.
was a very fun project.
You have to tell them. I'm not explaining anything. I'm not explaining.
Should I do a few more minutes of singing? Yes, Cronoa. Sky redeemed the sing mode. And I'm trying to sing, but this is not an easy thing to sing. Hi, Ren. It's not like you all, nobody gave me a background track. Alright. Why did we have a note block in here? Not note block, it's a jukebox. Improv. Because I should have put a jukebox in here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. And now you get to see just how well I can type. No one is surprised. Oh, thank you. Here. Did I name you? I don't remember. Why didn't I name you? I wanted to make this dance for light up, but there was no room for the redstone. This is too loud. Whoops. That was too loud. I couldn't hear myself think. And now I have to. Whoops.
Joe
Eh.
the drunk duck.
Yeah, if we go into... What was it? Oops.
And the other one's named
Nope.
Bearded Yeti. And then the other
I'm
one's
going to
named
forget.
Bar.
And Dragon's going to remind me.
Many times.
I skipped it. If you notice, down here there's not exactly that much room. There were plans to possibly make a third floor, so I had to improvise and make it sea lanterns instead. F3, F4, that's what it was. I forgot. Dragon told me yesterday, or not yesterday, last time I was in this world. One second. Doop doop doo. This was a project I did for Dragon. It's a very fun project because it's half underwater and half above water. And this was all hollow because whoever built this hill didn't build it completely. What was built is just a dirt hill, so I made the inside look like a cave.
It's because we sunk with the emissary flag.
I'm glad you still like it.
That's your emissary value.
I tucked some fun Easter eggs in as well.
That's why we lost our
Like, you know, Scar doesn't pay attention to where he's going and falls off of things. I don't remember the others, but they're here somewhere. I was also really happy with this hammock design over here. There, I think that's been more than 5 minutes. Yes, Drac, I know. I've been watching the clock this time. I'm gonna have to remember to do that next time. Though I won't say I won't sing when it's not sing mode because I do this. And in fact, I've been told that part of the reason somebody doesn't ever activate it is because I do it half the time anyways. But yeah, this one was really fun. We have the armor stand book. Have armor stand book on the parlor. And so yeah, that was a really fun thing to mess with, trying to figure out how best to make a hammock. And over here, and I had to incorporate the Spawn Island beacons. So I decided they were to be colorful because I asked and nobody said there was anything against it being colorful. It just couldn't move it. I also found like 30 bats down there, which was fun. It's like, there were bats and bad guys down here. Well, there weren't actually. There might have been a zombie. I don't remember. I think it's still in the Mushroom Island. Yeah, had fun. That was dragon skin last season. So that was a dragon head. I kind of made like a dragon shaped red carpet thing on the carpet, which was fun. I don't think I checked this when I was here earlier. When I did the ship design for Dragon, his base, I renamed a bunch of things. But I didn't do that for the grotto. Let's see. We have the mail room. Obviously a very important room on a server. This was done by Journeys, who actually did our mail room this season as well. And one of our members did this armor stand of the server mod team. Except I think it got broken once or something. I love the floating Captain America shield though. That's fun. And like in here there was a bunch of hermit scenes that server member did as well, which was kind of fun. But this was the first row of... Hey, Dragon, you have mail. Mailboxes. Oh no. I was trying to check it, not break it. Alright, fine.
They're killing us.
you had a bunch of bone blocks in your mailbox. And a rose bush? Yeah, I thought it broke. Because I remember it being more dynamic, and then it just kind of wasn't. But, yeah. Apparently, Dragon had stuff in his mailbox when the server ended. Vixen had mail. Cool. I'm going to guess I did not have mail. No, I did not have mail. A lot of people did, though. Cool. Oh, yeah, and we had calendars for some of the months. I think I have almost all the months in my office at my base, but those were kind of fun. And they had like little things on the days that were important. And there's more mailboxes up here because we had to add more as we got more people. Oops. And the amount of times I smacked my face on this gravel flying in here. It's like you either hit your head on this part or you face planted into the ground to land. Until I figured out how to fly. So yeah, and this was starter house was here when we got here, and then there's some really cool ships over here. We were all encouraged to build one. I built ships in my own base in other people's bases instead. You can tell this is before 118 because the torch spam. Oh, I don't. That's a lot of torches. Were there issues? I feel like there were issues with things spawning on it. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, they're still on to us.
But I like the speeder boats. Yeah, Chappie built that one, and then I don't remember who built the speeder boats.
I don't know.
I think it might have been Journeys or Pie. And then one of them built that one. And then somebody built these two, obviously, but I don't remember who. No, I don't see any signs. Boop doop. I like this one. This is a Viking ship. It's very fun. Ooh, the sea lanterns for the subtle lighting. I like it.
Yeah, they still have it on the line for this, guys.
Anywho. I also had the spider and skelly spawners. A lot of torches you did. Oh yeah. Wait till we get to my base because like I'm just like there are so many torches. I tried to get rid of a lot of them, but I just couldn't. And then this was the entrance to our iron and slime farm, which I decorated because people kept getting lost. They couldn't figure out where your Iron Mountain was, so I made an Iron Mountain entrance so people could find it. See? That was the name of my building and company that I did. Dragon was my only and best customer. So up here was the slime and down there's the iron farm. Very fun. And I think we had enough iron for most of the time once we got this up and running. Which I think was done before like I even got on the server. Journey's built the middle ship. Spit one. Okay. I couldn't remember. Excuse me. Oop. But if we go through the iron was never an issue, and it wasn't. It's not been an issue this season either. They only built part of the farm they intended to build, and they still have to turn it off, which I love. This was our nether tunnels, which were designed by Shadow. We did a competition, and Mousy won. So let's see. We'll go to my base. It was interesting. At the beginning of the season, I was like the only person in my tunnel. By the end of the season, I was no longer the only person in my tunnel. Hi, Lucy. Hi. Did you just go outside? Did you have fun? Did you bang your head, little one? No need to bang your head. Yeah, you got the god armor, yeah. Yeah, this was right after we started in 116. So it was like right after the Nether update. And so they wanted to include I need soul suit boots apparently. We'll grab some of those. We'll make some real quick. Actually, no, that'll take too long. But I could make. I should have grabbed my stuff. That's what I should have done. But we wanted to use the new materials. So Shadow Mousy ended up winning. It's a very fun design. It was actually really easy to put together too. Just took forever to dig the tunnels. I still like this tunnel. I made for my sister. Looks really cool. Anyways, I think you can see which tunnel is mine. What? Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think the server's up again. Unless it went down again.
I mean, obviously you're playing Minecraft right now, but yeah.
I'm not on that server though. No.
Oh, wait, you're on your old one? You're on the old one, aren't you? It's only 9,100. Okay, you're on the old one.
Yes, I am on the old one. Surprise. Yeah. Yeah, it is up. I saw the announcement like right before I went live, and I was like, do I want to go do that instead? And we might get to that today. But I really liked the crying obsidian, so I wanted that in the ceiling because, you know, dripping on your face as you walk through. I took forever to design this tunnel. I think my tunnel was netherrack forever because I was wanting to be very picky. I wanted it to be... It's the first thing people see when they visit your base, right? So it needs to be similar to your base. It needs to give the vibe of your base. So I hadn't designed it before 1.17 came out. Obviously. So, and you actually can see this was my old skin head. This is the skin I had at the beginning of the season. I didn't use this one till season 2. But there might be a little bit of a difference. Just a little bit. But we go through here. We get to the reason why no one ever knew how to get around my base. Because you came out of my portal into a cave that I designed myself. There used to be a boat here. There's the boat. And nobody knew what to do because there's a cave. Wait, where do you go? So I put in a sign. I don't think anybody ever noticed the sign. That's okay. So we come this way out of my portal. And this way wasn't here until like the last week or two. But you can tell that 1.17 had come out because I covered everything with glowberries. And just enjoyed the candles. I was really enjoying the candles. And you can also tell that it wasn't 1.18 because there are buttons and pressure plates everywhere. Because I wanted to have a dark atmosphere-ish in the caves, but I didn't want things spawning. So I don't think there were this many glowberries on this, but there might have been. So I decided to slap the place instead. And on the transitions, I would do like pressure plates. This is my storage room. The idea was that this was an old smuggler's cave underneath an old smuggler's base. And so the secret entrances, it actually has 3 secret entrances. And this right here is the reason I wanted automatic storage next season, because this, well, it worked, but I hated having to manually sort everything all the time. And then I have like this stuff over here, which I'm actually curious. I actually ended the season with a decent amount of sandstone still, which is surprising. A lot of deep slate. But I was like, next season, I want automatic storage for some pieces because this farm auto-feeding into this chest was so nice. We will go out secret entrance number, let's see, was it number 2? I think it might have been number 2. Into the lake. And I hear a skeleton. Probably on the inside of the walls. I wasn't the best at filling in perfectly to keep things from spawning. This you might recognize from the starting soon screen. Minus the shaders because I don't have them right now. And I didn't play most of the season with shaders. I had them and then I didn't and then I did. This is what it ended up looking like, which I'm really happy with it for many reasons. One, I built with a block I hadn't built much with before. And I learned how to use it the way I like to use it. And I actually finished it, which I don't know that it's ever going to happen again. But I went into the season being like, okay, I want to not do a Hermitcraft Mega Base, one structure. And I would like to at least finish this one. I want to build something that's not going to like push me completely crazy. And I did. And I managed to do it while doing school and all the other stuffs and things I was supposed to be doing.
And there's my unfinished base.
I also wanted to use concrete a bit more as well because I didn't really use it that much before this. So this was the house I built first, which was my starter house. And I lived in this house for a while until I built that one. But when I moved out, the villagers moved in. Hi. And I put cobwebs up everywhere because kind of the idea that it was abandoned. And there's an iron golem in my old office. Don't know what was so scary a villager needed a golem for, but you know. Yeah, like I said, the villagers moved in. Which was fine. Though I don't think I let them loose for a bit before I made it. Like this view right here is one of my favorites. Minus the bamboo in the way, I guess. It's really cool. And you can see the first ship I built. Which was very fun. That's where my old nether portal was. The one, I think it spawned originally in the ravine below or something when Journeys built it for me. And then they had to move it up and then I moved it over. And it still worked. I'm not sure it should have still worked. But it did. And I already built my tunnel at that point, so I was like, I'm not moving it. I just didn't want my tunnel there. I was thinking originally going to put it on a ship. But the ship wasn't big enough, so. This is the marketplace, which was not the next thing I built, but it's a very fun place full of villagers and armor stands of hermits. And another old me. It was very fun. I enjoyed the little, like, just having fun with the little, like, Easter eggs and things. The villagers also ended up needing a place down here, so I don't know that there any live. Yeah, just one. Because I started just having trapped villagers, and eventually I was like, meh, I'll just let let them run around and figure it out now that I have the ones I want. And so then they all ended up down here because they love barrels. And there are tons of barrels down here. So then I was like, alright. Fine, I'll have a village of fishermen. That's okay. And I put some beds and stuff in. One actually did become a librarian. And he's around here somewhere. Okay. Don't know why you went all the way out here. Over here we have the docks. And this was actually the last building I built. I got on probably the day before the server was taken down. And built the roof of this. Because I was needing to build something on Minecraft. And then the server was taken down the next day. I was like, oh, good thing I finished my building. Then I got some canoes. More of a row ship. I don't remember what they're called. That's right off the top of my head. Just some normal dock things with llamas that just decided to bother me that day. So they got to stay here forever. And then we have Ethos ship here, which is more of a cargo ship. Get on here. You got cargo. And candles. I forgot I put candles down here. Some hidden cargo there. It's all very fun. And then this one is more of a warship. A little lower to the water. Got the cannon holes. Though there's no cannons because I couldn't figure out how to build one and I decided not to armor stand it. This one also I think is one where if I could have done rows. Not rows. Rows? Yes. Oars. There you go. For rowing. I would have because a lot of warships of this style use sail and oars. Depending on the wind conditions. Lucy Joy, what you doing, baby? So that was the kind of idea I had behind that. Goodness, it's still so weird to see land over there. That all used to be ocean. But I opened this world up in 119 and I think the land stopped probably here-ish in 116. And instead of the other tropical ocean over here, coral reef, there's now an island. Which is fine. Bessie Sato, you can see here. There's just this line of kelp here. This all used to be coral reef, if I remember correctly. Like all of this over this way. Spawn is that way, and I came this way, and I was like, oh, there's coral reefs here. I'm staying. Because I knew I wanted to do like a tropical ocean town. And that's what I did. I also just love coral reefs. Go back to the market. The first buildings in this area, actually, after the start house, were this well and this sheep farm. Which I changed out the colors of the sheep many times depending on what I needed. Let's see. It turned out a decent amount of wool. And I always intended to build like another thing up here. Never did. But I was kind of going for... I still love that the redstone opens that door. Very almost Egyptian, but not Egyptian vibes. It's kind of what I was going for with the buildings. So I had fun with that as well. There's nobody in there. Then there's the chicken egg farm over here. Yeah, this is the egg farm. You can hear the other farm. Right there's the chicken farm. Oh yeah, my first villagers went in here. 3 shepherds. So I think I moved one of them at some point. But there were 3 in here. Ah! Shadow. Thank you for playing Thunder. I had a lot of fun designing this room because one of the other things I was playing with was different levels inside the same room. So. And I was using the carpet trick a lot to keep these guys from escaping. But yeah, over here, the nuisance of noise. That is a chicken cooker. Not a very effective one for unknown reasons. But still a chicken cooker, nonetheless. Oh yeah, and my jerry-rigged flower farm that I totally just put together myself. So yeah, the redstone's an absolute disaster. But that's okay. It worked. It meant I didn't have to worry about getting cornflowers or dyes. So I was very happy about that. Granted, I could have just looked up a tutorial and it probably would have been a lot cleaner, but I just made it up. Ah, yes. Oh, look. There's more villagers in here. The farmers were an unintentional villager breeder. I kept just fighting extra people in the house And I ended up using that to, because I was just stealing villagers from a nearby village. But the villagers kept appearing in there, so I decided to use it, and I populated the rest of the village using them. There's not a villager in every house over here, but a lot of them. I found the masons were really useful because like I would have a lot of things that I could give them, and I could get some other materials that I didn't have, particularly dripstone if I wanted to use it. I think dragons sold it, but as far as actually getting it, would have been hard. What did you have that I wanted? Oh yeah, channeling for my trident. That makes sense. Doesn't look like I ever bought it from you. No, I bought one thing. I'm gonna guess it was a channeling book. That's how I probably got the pink glazed terracotta. Because, I mean, why go to the mesa if you can actually just get it yourself, right? And then I don't think anybody ended up moving in here. But I had a lot of fun mixing. It was kind of like the sandstone is supposed to be like the traditional original buildings, and then the tourists and merchants moved in and built the concrete. So mixing those two and incorporating some towers. And that ended up, once we got azaleas, I ended up spamming the azaleas everywhere on top of the bamboo and the bushes. I think it worked really well. Chocolate. Alright, I got it. Chocolate. You can kind of see... I kind of had a plan. Oh, and hydrate. I didn't hear the hydrate sound. Oh, there it goes.
Hey, Lucy.
Hi, Zoe.
That's Lucy.
Zoe's the one sticking her nose into me.
Oh. Hey, can I have some chocolate?
Yes.
Chocolate! Yeah, where'd it go?
Behind your butt. Between you and the chair. Yep. Yeah. I had a lot of fun also with like the glass roof look. Often enough with lights inside. You can tell that because I built multiple towers that way. Next. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 of all the towers? But there are 4 of them that way. This is my mob farm that Chappie had to help me fix because, once again, I hadn't taken my Redstone 101 class yet, so I didn't know how to build a clock in New Redstone. So, Chappie fixed it. It's like, I don't know why this is not working. So I had a clock, and it would do it's a water dispenser mob farm. Which, while not super efficient or anything, it works. And it was ugly forever because I had no materials when I built it. But I would have this thing where it would not trigger them sometimes. I don't know why still. He also changed out the campfires I used for me, which is very nice of him. But yeah, this is where I got all the stuff to make rockets, for the most part, when I didn't want to run to spawn to get them. And my source of bone meal for the flower farm. When I didn't want to... Well, when spawn was out of... Because I would also go and get the bone meal from spawn, but half the time I wouldn't have any left in it. So I would just get from my own. The fun part, and I think what probably took me the longest, excuse you, was the cliffs. Because I built a base that really kind of, I wanted a mountain in it before we got mountains. Which I don't think I was the only one. Maybe the only one on the server, but I don't remember. So I built my own. Because why not, right? Except they're hollow. But I originally was just going to build them around my main house, which we haven't looked at yet. But I decided that looked weird. So I blended it into some of the other areas as well. So it looked like it wasn't just man-made cliffs. It looked like it was the way that area looked.
Guy told me you could just use one pen. I was like, oh, I just
So
told
by
him.
the time I got over here, I was a lot more practiced at
And
it.
I cooked a lot of my
And I
tacos.
would be listening to streams and audiobooks and classes
And
and,
I have out of lava.
well, not the classes
I have
themselves,
one
but
lava dripstone thing.
class videos and whatever.
Oh,
And I
that
just
never crossed my mind.
build mountains. Built this. There was a hill.
Why can't you just go to the
I
nether?
just
Yeah,
made it bigger. But here,
yeah,
I actually did this one on stream.
lava, it
This
lasts
bridge.
so long.
Here's the tide pools. Nope.
It lasts
Not going in there with the pufferfish.
ages. It's just like,
Which I was really happy with because I wanted there to be like almost a garden area over here. But tide pools worked out really well. I ended up having a dolphin. I don't think it's still here. But I didn't put a dolphin in here originally, and then forever there was just
I will
dolphin
eventually take Verna.
in the tide pools. And then it left.
I'm
So,
not really two-faced, by the way.
yeah, dolphins are weird. They go over land, and then they just appear in the middle of places. And then over here's the beach. More of a beachfront with towels and umbrellas, a lifeguard changing room thing,
I will later.
and a lifeguard,
Actually, do it. Once I finish
and
I'll do it if you want to do it now.
people swimming and hanging out on floaties.
You like this thing?
You can see another coral reef over there. This was a fun little side project I did one time. Because I wanted to have a beach like this, and I kind of put a few floaties in the main lagoon, but because there was ships there, it didn't make sense to also have people swimming. That seems like a disaster waiting to happen. So I did this instead, tucked away in the more foliage-covered section. There was going to be more buildings on this side, but I knew the season was coming to an end, so I decided not to. Instead, I spent like 2 hours spamming azaleas and moss everywhere.
No! I don't want it to go.
Outside of like the 2 houses, or 3 houses that are here. Which, ooh, yeah, this window was really fun. I like the style of this window. It's very, very one of my favorite things. Look down, kind of round style. What?
Clara, do you know when the server's ending?
Nope, no idea. Nobody knows.
She said nope, no idea, no one knows.
So then there was this house, which I think only did. Oh, no, it's this one. I only did a couple of these where they were actually connected between an old and a new house. But this was a fun challenge of getting like, where do I put the logs in, and this is concrete powder, right? So I have to make sure it doesn't fall and stuff. And then over here, like I said, originally planned to do more.
I was gonna use glow lights for the
Okay, why? You know what? I don't question it. You can see the torch spam. Most torches back here, I think, are hidden underneath moss.
But I might just use
But I kind of just took the path I built and covered it with moss and made it look overgrown. And went with it. Just have to dodge the berry bushes, which was a complaint I got a couple times. So I had too many berry bushes. People were getting stuck in them. Come over here. Did a little bit of a sneaky entrance to my main house space. Because if you look in this one, right, those two look exactly the same. Well, see, one of them just has grass underneath, and the other... probably should close that door. Has a entrance to the caves. Next to the fog floor I made. I tucked little farms in most of the caves. Not that I needed them, but I liked building most of them. Go back this way. We can go out the third secret exit. Whee! Right here. in the koi pond. Whee! Hello, kitten.
Oh my gosh, yes.
To probably, honestly, like not to say anything bad about this season's base, but this might be my favorite thing I've ever built. Just because it's like so me.
How about the
Granted,
diamonds?
I might build something this season. We'll see.
Oh,
But
okay, fine.
I was really happy with how this
Sell
has
them
come out.
out in yellow. Just do that, and I'll pay you back.
I was going to get to
Why would I
you.
put all
Shush.
these things yellow? Dang it.
Because I had this idea. I don't remember. I think. Oh, they're not Minecraft streamers, but they did a. There's these people on Twitch that did this Minecraft build where they had much bigger arches. I was like, I love how that looks, but I needed an actual player scale. They had like arched hallways around a plaza. I was like, I want that around my house. So then I spent several hours in creative figuring it out. Excuse me, skeleton horse. And I ended up on this design, which I think looks amazing. Thank goodness for the community gold farm and the community bartering farm, otherwise I wouldn't have had this much nether brick.
That's true.
But I just love how it kind of just circles the entire house. And it feels open to the ocean, but it doesn't, it still also then feels closed in. Like it still has a fence,
Well, I would have been
but
on
it doesn't have
there,
a
and I was like,
fence.
let's all my base because part of the reason I stopped playing is because I had no idea what to do with my base. I was trying to figure it out, and then couldn't figure it
And
out.
I had a lot of fun mixing in random like nether things into the garden parts. And to get to the skeleton horses was fun. Is while I was building this, I had at least I want to say 3 skeleton traps spring on me while I was building this house. Granted, it says something for my aim that I came out of it with 2 horses.
Is that how I should? Creeper! Darn you!
But it's really hard to hit the skeletons on the horse's back and not hit the skeletons. It's just a matter. It's just a fact. I don't think I actually ended up naming any of the horses.
Stupid creeper! Sorry, what? I'm gonna. My base
Ding
has
dong.
things, so I didn't actually first go.
This was my house.
What did you say?
I don't. I sit in the living room and watch
Oh, yeah,
TV.
the one place, yeah. Maybe because you
Dragon, I didn't do that. I've only ever hit you with an arrow on accident twice. On purpose, it might have been a few more times than that.
You know what's sad is now I need blue concrete. Because I just. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me! I have to make blue concrete?
Yeah.
Creeper blew up my base.
Oh my word. Apparently, there's been a creeper incident over at the Rubik's Cube.
No, apparently not. I did.
You were about. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Though to be fair, the one time I was trying to miss.
Everything else but that one.
The one time I was trying to miss and I actually hit you. So the next time I was trying to miss, I actually missed because I didn't realize I couldn't just almost hit you. Yeah. It's only happened like twice though. And this is the kitchen. Yes. You can tell I like cats in Minecraft. Meow. I had fun. Like up there, there's an upside down helmet, like it's a bull. But I had a lot of fun with armor stands. Just, hanging things up on the wall, like a knife and something, fork, hoe, whatever. Over the sink, and this is a dishwasher. Hi, Lucy. Little sugarcane and berry farm thing, greenhouse. I was actually really happy with how this greenhouse turned out. I fought with the roof of this thing, forever.
Oh yeah, I forgot to pull it up and I just repaired it and I was
And
like,
then there was the art room. You can hear our resident zombie pigman. Also, I love doing this hiding crafting tables underneath cauldrons.
people have. I don't know
It's
when.
fun because you can barely see it, so it doesn't like intrude on your experience, but you also can still use it. I don't know why there's two crafting tables in this room.
And but one good thing to do from the
I must
crafting
have
table,
forgotten I put it under one of them.
my door was uneven. It was one door and there's 6 on one side and 7 on the
But
other.
I
I fixed it.
decided to kind of make it look like, I had some finished banners, some finished paintings I did.
Came out of
I'm in the middle of this one.
putting the door.
With a little bit of yellow paint. And some paintbrushes.
I did, but
And then here, and all the stuff I would need to do painting.
is there where you can make like a cute thing? I think I
There you
asked
go.
that last time.
And of course, there's the tropical fish.
I want one. I actually want tons because I want to.
But my favorite room in this house, probably, outside of the courtyard, because I really love the courtyard. I thank you.
I'm probably proud of them.
It's this room right here. And in part, that's because of the axolotls in the ceiling. Which I had a lot of fun putting in there. And I wonder if you can... Okay, I have to be careful not to break anything. Did I name these two? I think I did. Here you have Ziva and... Don't remember what your name is. Zara. Two Z names. But this was a lot of fun to build. Originally, I was going to do like a second story, and then I was like, I have axolotls, and this would look more as a fish tank. And I was like, oh, I'll do like a fish tank hanging from the ceiling. And that was going to be too small. So I just made the ceiling a fish tank, and there you go. The other reason it's the favorite is because this is where I decided to put all of the cool things people gave me, or at least part of what people gave me over the season. Like the marshmallow in my hot chocolate box from Dragon. I think it still says marshmallow. Yeah, because I did it as an armor stand instead of placing it. It's a gas head. And then this nope. Ah, won't let me take it. But that's the trident. I think Dragon gave me the trident. And then just some other random things. The tent instructions. It came with the tent box. Because Dragon had a shop where you could buy a random... Was Vix too? Yeah, I think you and Vix worked on it together.
I bought all your frog lights. Yellow ones. Not all of them. All your yellow.
Dragon, we're out of yellow frog lights.
Yay!
I have been informed that all of our yellow frog lights have been purchased that were in the shop. So...
Anna, what colors did you buy?
Yeah. Oh, was it you? Yeah, it was you and Vix. They had a shop where you could buy random shulker for 9 diamonds. And it would have random things in it. I got the hot chocolate box and the tent box.
And I also bought some.
See, I got a moss because she Anna also bought some. All right. We have also out of some other things. I don't know. But Journeys brought me like a box of moss. Because I was just like, I'm just farming moss over here. And he was like, all right, here you go. He and I were chatting about the moss farm he built. And then all of a sudden, he just handed me a shulker full of moss. I was like, cool. So that's what I actually used for most of what I did out there. Oh, look, it's the October one. Where's the one I designed something on? Not February. It was this one, September. I designed the video game day icon. Which was fun. But I loved our little calendars. Those were fun. Because you would get one in the mailbox, or you would... Well, they were supposed to change every month, but then you ended up having like 3 different ones. Just all the little knickknacks and treasures and things that I had from the season. Of course, I also hid something else in here. Maybe. And you can see that my end chest has not actually changed. Oh, look, there's the hot chocolate box. And the chimney sweep box. My end chest hasn't changed that much, actually. Hmm.
do that. I was gonna do. Wait.
I actually just ended up. I think this is
Whoa.
all the shulkers I had.
I could use
I now have infinite shulkers, so I have more shulkers than I do anything else.
for the blue section. Or
But
the weird another orange things for the orange section. Green. I have no idea. Is it green?
you should go see the resident zombie pigman.
Green frog. I
Hi.
the green section. It's perfect.
I don't know how he got here, but he's here and he's been stuck in my waterfall since before, like a month or so before the season ended, or longer. And he's continuing to be stuck in the waterfall. So he's staying. Just noisy. But here was one of the parts I really wanted in this house, was like an open air section in the middle with a little like sand rock garden. And I ended up putting I had this map downstairs originally, but I decided to put it here instead. You probably can't read most of that because it's a lot tinier than I think it used to be bigger. We had like the guard tower, the flower farm, the chicken farm, the wool farm, the cactus farm, the mob farm, the port, the market, the starter house, tide pools, Etho's lab, the ship, the goat, the ship. Can you tell I watched Hermitcraft? Lighthouse, the corruption, which I never actually finished. I actually tore down most of what I did there because it was only going to be half done. And then we've got the smuggler's cave and the manor where we are now. We still have a little bit of the gardens to go look at. Then we'll go look at the Guardians monument. So here we have a kind of an outdoor hangout space where you sit here and you wait on the barbecue to be done. And I originally wanted to have a armor stand of everybody from the server, at least a lot of the active members. That never happened. The only people I ever was able to secure heads from were my brothers. So it's just the three of us hanging out. And they're roasting marshmallows. And just having a fun talk. Not Peter. Dos was a gummy bear. And Uno was an Ewok. He might not be. Is he still an Ewok? I don't remember. I just love the views from out here. It's the ocean. Like, if this was my IRL house, I would be happy. This is, like, perfect. And then, if we go this way, we got just more garden with some nether, teal stuff mixed in. Then we have the... You think Sasquatch is still an Ewok? I can't remember. Hey, Sasquatch. Is your skin still an Ewok? Is your skin?
Yeah.
Cool. I thought so.
Why?
I just couldn't remember.
You're suspicious, you know that?
Yes, I'm very suspicious. I'm aware.
Very suspicious, weirdo.
This was a little veggie garden, which I never... Like, this was... I had automatic farms or a farming area for all of these, but I wanted, like, a garden space. And I now realize that waterlogged trapdoors are a thing. So I probably should put waterlogged trapdoors on these instead of this Minecraft wizardry. Because that is a side on top of a sideways side.
Oh, I want to sneak. Also, you see the new way to get...
I don't think that should work. But it does. Well, like garden station with Doc here because he likes gardening. So he's here. And the hermit heads were the ones I had the most of. Then over here, you just have a little bit more of garden. Going off into the greenhouse, which you just get through to go through here. You can see the ocean from here. Woo! You can also see the nether wart. I turned off my beacons the other day because when you're in creative, speed and jump boost and stuff is just annoying. Because your POV changes all the time and whatever. But I had the beacons there. And you can see I tried to make, because I built this land out, and I tried not to make it square. You can still kind of tell that I built it if you look at it from like this angle, where it kind of definitely turns with the house. But still, I think it turned out pretty good. And I was able to spawn proof it rather than have to have torches on it. It had torches on it forever. And I also built another one of those red bridges here and put a little bit of a path past my nether tree farm. It goes over here to the lagoon. But and then we have the lighthouse, which I planned early on, and then I think I did it last second. It's a little bit rock, and it's a lighthouse. Guardhouse, not the lighthouse. That's the lighthouse. This is just a guardhouse, but I really love how this house turned out. They are so small in 117. I know. Like this and that cliff, I think, is 117. Like that's the tallest piece of land around here. Yeah, we should go look at the ravine mess I had. But this, I'll show you the underside before we go look at the top. Because this hill was not very big. Let's see, where's the side that I actually did the work on? There we go. But you can kind of just see how much of it I had to build up. You shush. Well, to be fair, this cave I have over here wasn't there at all. I dug that out without a beacon, as I recall. And I missed a few spots with the lighting. Oops. Oh well.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some lava. Hey, sheesh.
But I wanted to have this statue that was overlooking the city.
Oh yeah.
And then I think it was, I want to say Cleo was streaming from her Patreon server, going through like the Christmas section. And they had, move away from the zombie. There was an angel statue, and I was like, ooh, that's the statue I wanted at the top of the hill. I want something like that. So I took a screenshot. And then later I took it into a creative world, and I built like probably 4 or 5 different versions before I was happy with it. And then I built it here. Statue of the Guardian with its floating, lantern crown. And I really liked like the hair. It's kind of sparkles as well. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, especially with shaders. The like altar thing where people are leaving gifts. And there was the story. Ooh, yes. Okay, now I have to build it out of different materials with skull. That would look. Ooh, that would look good. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm probably going to build, maybe with a slightly different skirt, but I think I want to rebuild the top part with a different bottom somewhere on the Season 2 server. Because I feel like I just really love like the hair. And how I feel like I got the top part right. It's just a skirt maybe. It's not quite long enough. It needs to be a little longer. But yeah, the skulk with some like deep slate or even, I don't know. I have all sorts of ideas now. But yeah, I want to build more statues in Season 2. Dragon and I just haven't got to it yet. We have the LA ones he found, which I think I know exactly where I want to put those. But particularly, I think somewhere on the temple grounds, I probably should have a statue. which means they're probably gonna have to move one of the buildings or put it inside a building. Or put it inside the building.
I've used almost a shulker box a day.
She could be the LA Guardian. This is true. This is very true. Because, you know, LA's amethysts and amethyst magic is kind of the magic of our season 2 base.
The thing is, I'm gonna get a
So.
lot of orange dye.
I was really hoping there'd be a librarian that would take up this lectern and just be hanging out here like it's his job to tell the stories of the Guardian. Never happened. I could have forced the issue, but I didn't. Like bloody glass bits, because why not? A monument of some sort to something.
Well, yeah, but also we have, but none, we don't sell. Well, we do sell. Never
Random
mind.
bee. I wonder where the bee came from. But yeah, as far as ravines go,
Yeah, I know.
I got rather unlucky.
Looking for blue, and there's no blue, so I would.
Wait, is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's not really worth.
Oh my word. Why do I feel like we had the spectator going into spectator names mobs glitch in season 1 and we just didn't realize it? Because that's a lot of creepers. Anyways, the first thing I got to when I did my caving expedition, which honestly there's a lot more caves around here, but I just dug in the wrong spot, it looks like, was a ravine, which I promptly died in and Rin had to rescue me. So then I decided to go the other way. And this would have been, this is level 15, 14. So this would have been diamond level back in 116. And anything below like that lava lake there is 118, 119 gen. Ooh. I had a geode under my base. Cool. Alright, whatever. So then I went, let's see, which way did I go first? I found probably all of like 5 diamonds, and I kept running into, not this way. Must have been this way. Ravines. And a water ravine. And another ravine. And over here somewhere there's another water ravine. Oh yeah, there was lots of water and like no diamonds. It was annoying. I'm sure there's diamonds there now just because there would be, but I had the worst luck caving. Oh, it's this way. Did I go this way? Yeah, I did. Oh, there's a mine shaft. I didn't know there was a mine shaft there. Unless I lit it up I might have. But yeah. So when we switched over from trading and bartering to diamonds as our currency, I was like, oh well, I guess I can't buy anything anymore. Was kind of the issue I ran into. But I didn't need to. Because between what Dragon paid me for the couple of jobs I did for him building, and just my own farms. Hi, Kujiro! I had everything I needed to build. I mean, there's a sign over here early on in the season that I almost broke. I got dropped sandstone quite consistently by a couple people. Dragon and Mousy and Vixen and a few others. How can you get phantoms in creative mode? So yeah. Just like no one else was using sandstone. So like everyone just gave it to me. It's like, does anybody have any sandstone? So yeah, that's why I think in my Discord announcements I said, come see where my obsession with sandstone started. It started here. Because I decided to go away from the spruce wood and the stone and all of the more like medieval stuff I used to build. It's like okay, modern sandstone,
I thought we haven't even finished the outside.
and I ended up like
I need to
liking
be.
it a lot better than I did before.
It's like roughed out
I
a
still
little
build
bit, but
medieval,
I
but
should
just not
rough it out more
recently.
to like landed.
Medieval, not
Is that
quite
coming with
medieval. Is not
Thanksgiving?
the right word.
I was going to do.
Rustic,
I was
maybe.
debating to do like a person's
I'll have to see if I
backyard.
can find any of
Like
my old
have like a bunch
buildings.
of like regular like things huge, like a
But there
rustic
is
like
one more place we should
yeah, that's
probably
like an
go
idea. But not
to see
just
what
so like
I did on
chilling.
this server.
Like I want to do it on chilling.
That
I was gonna do that. So it was like
would
just like
be
it like
Dragon
shaped
Space.
up like a good little sleigh place. But
Because there is
I
one
never did do that. I'm never gonna be able to do it.
very
But
big
I still want to do that.
build I did there that I am really happy with.
And also if we get
Thankfully, he is
put
too.
some time.
Was,
We can
is,
build it. And if I
time difference. Let's see. Dragon was on which. Oh, there's Dragon Space. I don't think I passed it yet. Did I? No, I couldn't have. There's journeys. There's the end. I always got lost trying to find Dragon Space, which is the funny part. Okay. What's this side?
make this myself.
Think I won't have any choice but use the first portal anyways.
And then also what I found is that
And I'm falling through the world. Alright, I'm gonna give my computer a second. Because while I've loaded up the other place and looked around it, I haven't actually been here on this world yet. Oh, that was your geode farm. Gotcha.
if I downloaded it, I would probably just finish my Ewok base. Make that also.
But here was Dragon's entrance to his base.
If you're in the creative world.
Some very fun mobs. Some of which you can't get easily.
Yeah, but I want to
Let's see, where's another one? Oh, there's a Ravager. That must have been fun. Mm-hmm.
my test world.
What was supposed to be in here?
Could I do that technically though? Could I? Could I do it?
Anyways,
Box and finish some
go up here. And I'm not going to show off Dragon's Base too much because it's Dragon's Base, and Dragon can do that. But there are two places I built things. One of them. Oh, is an invisible spider. Probably. But would I be able to see particles for that?
But it's also fine like that.
There was a Johnny in there. Was it a victim of the event we do not speak of? That totally did not happen on stream.
I just kind of like that. Yeah. Now the woodcut.
Oh, it has a name.
How are you gonna?
Got purged in the Great Mistaken Purge of Rendina. Yes, I remember that. Thought we weren't supposed to talk about it, but yes.
You guys are kidding me.
This
I need one more
is
piece of
Dragon's
glass, and I'm
ship
standing on
that
it.
I built,
Use it to get on there.
which used so much
One deal with yellow.
dark oak. Like, I was like, oh, I've got a shulker-ish, half shulker full. I'll be fine. About, like, what, a few days later, Dragon, do you have more dark oak?
Until one last lot, so I have to build to the side. And then there's the one piece I need.
It's about probably 3 to 4 times. Right, exactly.
Uh,
Famous last word.
I should have mined it.
Definitely. I think Dragon ended up having to go chop some more wood for me while I was building, which was fine. Because it's kind of part of the agreement. But, yeah. And also building in water with wings on while the drowned are attacking you.
Should I just save it?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So nothing's changed. But yeah. Actually, I don't know how this coral here is still alive. Gonna be honest. I know what that one is. But yeah, it was. Did I use use save spec too much? I don't think this season I kind of really used save spec, so I was having a fun time, like flying away, coming back, flying away, coming back. I think I might have used it a little bit on this build because I remember being like right here, but I also can't remember if I just built a pillar there. But I feel like that boat was me. Anyways.
You should just have it playing whenever your house follows.
This boat's a lot bigger than the ones I built. And I also made the banner for Dragon. Because I felt like this one needed a banner. Again, here you've got your normal, like, captain sits and plans things at the maps room. Got the bunk beds. Some mugs and kelp and stale bread. Food, some rotten food. The normal things you have in barrels inside of a ship. I think I actually snuck some in other places too, but some more random. I think when I finished this, I just tossed random fun stuff in the chests. I think nearly everyone has some. I think even some of these. This is the hidden. Not those. I think just that one. It's funny that I opened the one I stuck things in first. Then some normal crates like this. I was kind of imagining being like a lobster cage or something fun.
Hey Siri.
Right? Yeah, basically. I mean, if I got clay pots in a treasure chest, I'd be happy. Did I hide one in there? No. Oh, yeah. I hid the crafting table in there because I kind of like to have craft tables in nearly every room I build in. So I ended up hiding it here while I was building this part. Getting this to work took forever. Because it had to look just right, be hanging off of this just right. And did I put one back here? Yeah, I did. This one was also fun.
I'm no longer an Ewok.
You're no longer an Ewok.
Man.
Oh, you're a Rubik's Cube man now? Okay.
Yeah.
Remind me to ask for your head later because that would be such a cool decorating block.
Excuse me?
So now there are 2 ways down to the hold.
Decorating.
You can go down this way.
Yeah, Anna threw together a skin for me.
Cool.
Now
Or you could take the stairs
10
down here. And over here you've got your normal barrels full of red with taps in them. Come to your own conclusions. And then you have some cannonballs because every good ship needs some cannonballs. Some repair things to repair the ship with. Random food. More cannonballs, more cannonballs, more cannonballs, more cannonballs.
Castle.
Because, yeah. There aren't any cannons, but there are cannonballs. But I had a crafting table down here. Nah, I didn't. This is all slabbed. So it's spawn proof. I think it's a little lit up right now. Let's just see if I set time set, Clara. I type it in enough.
Oh, sorry, my phone was muted.
Yeah, you can kind of see it better at night where it's kind of dark, but it's not too dark. But all of this is slabbed and spawn proofed. So you could take out the torches if you really wanted to. Not torches, lanterns. And I was kind of envisioning this is a deep enough hold that if you wanted to fill it with grain, like they used to sometimes, you could.
I'll give you your diamonds
Yeah.
and also
Me out.
my head.
Alright, fine, that works.
I want
And so since there was storage of things over here,
to put it on my head so I would
including hay and other things that you would stick down into a hold of a ship,
I'll give you 2
it worked out perfect.
because partially because you probably find it amusing.
Lucy,
Partially.
back off. That's mine. It's my food. You're not allowed to have it.
Oh, I'm gonna give you
Yeah, it's not puppy safe. Mm-hmm.
can't fit a
You're adorable, but no.
Well, technically, it's more like the payment
Yeah.
already killed.
That was really fun project. But the other project I did is over here. And this is the time that Dragon's storage room killed me. Because he showed me what was up here. And then we flew down to look at the storage room, and I smacked my face into the glass and promptly died.
No!
That was funny.
Oh!
It was entertaining because then I was all the way back in my base and I had to run through the nether
Go to spawn.
all that distance, which
Spawn.
when flying is not that bad.
Because otherwise the dogs will get you.
But this is up pretty high. So, oh, it was all me, but it's the storage room's fault for being there.
I'm ready.
The fact that I place planted into it was my fault. The fact that it was there, it was its fault.
No.
Should have just taken this jump instead.
Clara, look at wait, no, wait. Clara, look at this. It's so nice.
What did I say?
Why is it too yellow, Anna? The orange and yellow look so similar. They kind of do.
It was on me. It was just funny. Oh look, it's Dragon's closet. His extra or his current gear. Couldn't tell you. AFK spot that has other random things in it. Alright. This was Dragon's house that I decorated. Because he has a mob farm above, which if you sit in these chairs, you can sit here and watch things fall past. There we go. which is fun. It's very entertaining to see, like, watch them, and then you can, if you get up on the table, you can like watch them fall pretty far. But it made this interesting because I had to be careful not to break anything up here from being like spawn proof. So every time I broke something underneath, I had to come back up and put the carpet up back. Oh, no, I want to go down first. And it was a very interesting shape and color palette, which I didn't normally do. So I had fun making it work. So I put in a little storage room area over here. Obviously, you take your shoes off when you come in the house. A little storage room over here with an end chest. And you have the living room where you can sit and watch TV. And this actually has some storage in it. Don't think I actually ended up putting anything in it. I could have, but I didn't. And then here is dining room. Right. Exactly. I said that partly because I feel like several people asked me, like, so why and random shoes in the corner? I'm like, that's a shoe, one of those things you put your shoes in. There were at least one person I had that conversation with. But yeah. You have a little window over here to the kitchen. Actually, 2 windows to the kitchen. And then there was just this little room back here because the table didn't need to be any longer. And then, of course, there's the kitchen. It's a bit of an open concept to the main living area here. So you had, like, somebody was cutting up a beet, probably. Well, apparently. And just some fun things. I feel like you added the lodestone. But it works perfectly there. And in here is like a little pantry with more storage. And some more tools. Obviously another dishwasher because it makes perfect sense, right? And this was probably my favorite room. Kids added these little lights, kind of like the lights I actually have for my plants right now. Little grow lights. And, you know, farming tool. Getting the cactus in here was fun. Because it can't touch anything else. So I had to be picky with how I placed that. And then here's the open door closet. Obviously, you've got all sorts of different clothing options.
Also, yeah, I showed Lincoln and
Ah,
Isaac
that's where you put the
Peter
calendar.
Murphy, and they said
That works
it's
perfect.
adorable.
And over here is the bedroom. I didn't put that in the ceiling. I didn't have those. But yeah, Dragon customized it a little bit, which is fine. It's cool. And I kind of put these buttons on here to make it look like the head drawers. Yeah, the bathtub with the towel hanging on the rack and everything. And if you go this way, you have a trophy room with a drowned head because I got so many drowned heads working on the ship. I was like, you can have one back. Here you go. And then in here is the office. It's a little reading nook. You can sit here and read your books. Or you can sit in here and work on your computer. And then there's this little like cubby shelf, which is kind of fun. And a crafting table because every good office has a crafting table, right? At least if it's a Minecraft office. But yeah, it was very fun because a quick way to the basement of the base. Oh yeah, I kind of remember that, but it wasn't there when I built it. Alright, now we can kind of test this. Alright. That. Ooh, fun. How do you get out? Ah. Secret cactus farm. Very fun. Oh yeah, this is where your first nether portal was. And I got so lost trying to come in and out of here. I remember that now. Right. Okay, I'm gonna get lost if I try to do this, so we're just gonna go this way.
Hey, people donated to me. I forgot about this. And can you move, please? I'm just gonna move you. Please move along.
That's
I
fun.
need to grab these supplies.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to work on because it was like, I don't really use these colors, but I gotta make it look cool.
I wanna fight.
So let's make it look cool. It's not the last time Dragon did that, and it won't be. It wasn't the first time. No, it was the first time, but it's not going to be the last time. I can English, I swear.
Yeah, try catching me. Ah! That's trying to kill me. Try catching me.
Did I miss anything else that I built?
Oh, okay, there she goes. Using
I know we were
hands.
eventually going to do something for Shadow, but we never actually got around to building her a band for her base. Because, you know, the season ended and we had season 2 things to think about.
Where is she? Ah! How many you got already? Like a good.
So if we go slash
Okay, now
trigger.
you kill me because I need to go faster.
Yeah, it was an odd end. This is true. But we don't need to get into that. Oh yeah, this Shulker had either Shadow Journeys gave that to me. I don't remember who. I didn't get it because I didn't go to the end. Yeah, that's true. But your base in season 1 was very cool. And you were learning the game. So, well, learning this version of the game. And you did a lot of other things. So, it's a tropical fish.
I jumped while you did that, so I went too far.
Why is it always night when I float up?
Launch me over here.
Excuse me. Up here to look at this from the sky.
Hey, I did that part, but still fun. I'm coming back up.
That was my season 1 parlor base.
Oh, I just want to get up this hill. Come
It's
on,
very fun,
baby.
but at the end of it, I was like, you know what? I'm ready to go crazy and have a big
Let's
base.
No, let's run here.
And then Dragon and I were talking. I think we were the last. We were working on the nether tunnels, trying to finish them up on stream, and we were talking about all sorts of random things. And I mentioned my plans for next season, and then And then the dragon and I start talking about it, and next thing I know, we are basing together. I was kind of hoping to find somebody to base with because I didn't want to base by myself. Because I actually wanted to hang out with my server mates some more. And here we are, like a year later or whatever it is. Less than a year, I guess. But whatever, close enough. And we have a base. Honestly, I think the amount of building I've done in season 2 is probably the same amount of building I've done in season 1. Maybe a little bit more. Who am I kidding? It's quite a bit more. All because Dragon's helping and building too.
I fell again.
Bob. Having a base partner helps a lot.
No!
I'm still really happy with it. Would have been cool if I'd been able to expand a bit more and kind of transform the area around it a bit, but I didn't have time. And that's okay.
Yeah, for like 2 minutes.
And that's the village I stole the villagers from. It felt so far until I got wings.
No!
But I actually got really lucky with how close it was. I might still have a horse over there somewhere.
Oh no, I'm standing on it.
But you can tell where they trimmed it because right over here, there was not a swamp here. And you can tell, the reason I say that is because, that is 118 terrain right there. Not 117 terrain. It's kind of fun to see what it could have looked like.
She's a bad man.
That one thing I took away from this season was I like the bamboo and I like the amount of trees and stuff, but I didn't want to do that again. So you notice our current base has a lot less dense foliage. Granted, I'm about to potentially build some alien plants. Anyways, what was I saying before I got distracted? I don't remember. Yeah. Honestly, part of me wishes we could have kept this world and just like trimmed it and then like built nearby or whatever. Oh yeah, alien plants. Oh my word, they're arguing. Children, I'm streaming. Stop arguing. Yeah. We're gonna add some alien plants, but it's not gonna be nearly as dense as this was. But the idea is like it's an oasis, right? So it's got lots of plants. But I kind of wish we could have kept this world and just like built in a new area. But at the same time, I think starting over meant I could completely change what I was doing as far as build style, which is nice. And I mean, there's some similarities into the buildings I've been building in the Parlor world and the ones I've been building. I built in season 1. Like I said, I can English, I swear. Ooh, people are on. That's fun. But oh, I forgot what I was doing when I locked off.
Anna says hi, but she's in the process of murdering me, so she can't say it in chat.
Leave this area.
Creepers! There's so many creepers up there.
Yeah, this is true. And honestly, I love this space.
too, though, because
I just think part of it was because it was the teal house.
David, how much do you want of my head?
3 would be nice.
He wants 3. Cost you 3 diamonds. I'm just kidding. You can have 'em.
But you can kind of see similar shapes. I'm not doing the round tops as much in like this section. I'm doing more of the square.
You said chocolate or chat? Claire, you said chocolate. Oh. What do you got, Anna?
Somebody got a new skin and now they're all getting heads. But I did use a lot of what I learned.
Well, give me my head.
That's a new one.
Hey, do you want one? You can have one. You want one. I need 24. Give me.
I used a lot of like my knowledge of like the different sandstone blocks and how they worked well together when I started building this place.
One more. Last one.
Do I have a fun named? I probably could have a fun name to go kill him with, but regardless.
Yeah, you can keep them.
Yeah, it was funny because, and I've said this many times,
That's actually.
going into the season, I was like, okay, I want to use deep slate like I used sandstone last season.
Did you get one? Did you get one? Oh, okay.
Then we decided we were living in a mesa.
Meet me at my house. If you want them.
And all of a sudden, I found myself using just as much sandstone as deep slate. If not more sandstone than deep slate. But I purposely like mixed in the deep slate and the nether brick and the other things so that it wouldn't feel like a repeat.
Takes a while, just like my stuff to blend. But like,
But yeah, I will probably rebuild that house again. A little different, but like the idea of that house again. I don't think it'll be this. Well, it might be this season. I might rebuild it in the. If we ever get to the rich, fancy part of the underground districts. If we ever actually get there, I might rebuild it over there because it is more like of a mansion. Well,
Chipstone, pack mud. Chipstone sucks out of where the mud tended to grind.
because and I actually probably should look at this in spec. It'll be easier for you guys to see. This area is the industrial section, right?
That's a tree, son.
And then the yellow is more of the like undertown section,
Besides finding it in the ocean.
right? Where like the Tatooine
Hey, Clara,
of this
go to
place.
spawn, and I'll give you my head. Like,
Then up here is going to be the market area where all the merchants are, where you can buy all the pretty things. And then over here is going to be where all the fancy villas are. And of course, there's also going to be the underwater area, which is also a bit more fancy.
hey, you stole my sign.
But right now, I'm planning out, as you can see, did this in the last couple of days, planning out the market and the undertown areas first.
If you go to spawn, I'll give you my head.
All right, I'm coming.
I'll give you 4 actually, because I got one extra.
All right, let's see this. I'm here.
What the heck is this? Dude, what the heck is this?
Yeah, he's not an Ewok anymore. He's a Rubik's Cube.
That's the regular stampede boat we're still working on.
Hmm?
I'm a Rubik's Cube man now.
Nice. You saved the Ewok skin, right?
What? Yeah, I still have it.
Thank you.
Never get rid of it, Claire. Never.
So now, Dragon, we have 4 Rubik's Cubes we can use. Very cool.
White at the bottom. Look, Claire. See the white at the bottom.
Oh, that's nice. You did a good job.
Yeah, Anna made it for me. Now I got 20. It just needs to find one dripstone and it has to use like one of those little sticks. Oh wait, I have a bunch of dripstone spots. Oops. I got new heads. Anna, you have the rarest head right now.
Yeah, that could be fun. Maybe like some sections of them are being restored or something. Ooh. Hi, Lava.
There's only
one thing at a time.
Unless you, like, what is, oh, is this the double, yeah, this is the double yellow. That's what we got.
Yeah, the zoning out part of the underground base helped because then I can just plan out those zones. And then when I build the next zone, I can figure out the transition, right?
I have dripstone
So,
and I have packed mud and mud.
hold on, I'm gonna get back down there.
Switching cameras versus having a CD.
And that's one thing I didn't do in my last base was like have different areas. In this area we kind of up here is all kind of the same level of kind of materials and style. Like it's all one. And this is what like the merchant section is gonna look like, right? Where it's gonna have all the different materials. Some fancier, some not fancier, you know.
No, Bill, it's too small. How many blocks do you want to do?
But then in this section it's going to be more deep slate. Because obviously this is a deep slate cave. So obviously they have tons of deep slate, right? It's gonna be more deep slate and more just like smaller houses, more darker colors, less light. Right.
Dripstone on boxes and dripstone those things.
And the houses are all closer together, except not right here.
Wait, is it? I think there is
I
a
think.
box under it.
I wasn't sure about the redstone covering, so but I haven't figured out that part yet. Well, like the houses, there's stacked on each other. There's not that many blocks between them if they're not on top of each other. They're all smaller. There's still the height variation, but it's a lot closer. Like here. Oh, look, I can actually crit them so it lags better. But like it's a lot more crowded. This feels closer down. Now, granted, the amethyst, I think amethyst lounge or whatever it's gonna be, is gonna be big, and it's probably gonna span a couple different levels, and it's gonna feel fancy and cool. But what I was currently doing before I logged off yesterday to race with Dragon was I was digging out this section to kind of bring this cave. Where did that thing come from? Well, to like make it so that this section's a little bit more open. But it's still progress now that I'm on the deep slate levels. Yeah, like the transition over here is going to be interesting. I'm going to have more buildings here closer together again. I was trying to figure out how to transition between the industrial and the not industrial. Haha. We fell down in the lake I built. So I have these partly built like platforms, but I'm going to have building here and possibly something here. I still haven't decided exactly what's happening with this pillar, so, you know. Little steps. But yeah, I built this while watching Hermits Among Us yesterday. Or not yesterday. Friday. So that was fun. That's all coming together. And, like, if you stand, like, over here, you can just see the houses and, like, how the fog is, like, right behind them. I'm holding my hand out like you can see it. You can't. So I'm really happy with kind of how that's going to look. Because as you fly closer to it, obviously you'll be able to see more things behind it. But from the storage room in the industrial district, you're kind of seeing a decent, like, city skyline. And it gives you a sense of depth. And it's going to look cool. It's going to look even better once there's different materials rather than all moss frames. Because that will give you even more sense of the different things. Having connectivity issues, Dragon. Uh-oh. I still, this building, I still love this issue. Not this issue, this building. Yeah, he mentioned something at the beginning of the stream that you were still having buffering issues, but Given that you've now disconnected and reconnected like 3 times, I'm guessing you're also having Minecraft connectivity issues still.
Okay, I'm gonna put all
Which
my
is sad. That's annoying.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm looking
Oh
at
my gosh,
right
it's gonna
now.
take forever to get past it.
There's a compass.
Yeah, it's still gonna take forever.
Oh, I got plenty.
How much?
2 stacks
It
of
was fine
35.
until the last 5 minutes. Really? Huh.
Both stacks duration 3 and the 35's 1 duration 1.
I don't know. I don't know. It really shouldn't. You shouldn't be having issues still, but
Well, I'm gonna start cooking these
at
things.
least you have
I'm
some
gonna
connection.
eat
That's a good thing.
what's tonight?
Yeah, I think that was all I was planning on doing today. I'm really happy that we finally. Well, I mean, it's been a few months, but we got the download for season 1, and I was happy to just have those builds and to be able to someday explore what everybody else did too. But I've been meaning to do a season 1. Oh, look, it's a wild dragon. Season 1 like overview because I streamed a little bit from it, but I didn't stream that much because that was still when I wasn't sure whether I wanted to do streaming consistently or not.
I don't even know what your house is. I used to know.
So, wanted to share with you all.
Right.
Yay, you could type.
Oh, that's what it was done.
Let's see who we have on Twitch to raid.
Cool. Clara, whose is this? Whose base is this?
Whose base is what?
This.
Anna's. I built it though.
Wait, whose?
That's Big Anna's. Your sister.
This is Big Anna's base?
Well, it's her farm.
It's her farm?
Yeah, Dragon and I built her farm.
Oh, sir. It's a farm Dragon and Clara helped me with. It should be her base. Looks really cool.
Well, thank you. I worked really hard on that.
Yeah, and you still haven't finished my order.
You haven't been on, child.
Well, I'm on now?
For the first time in 3 weeks, yes.
No, I played yesterday.
Teenagers. Okay, so let's see. What do I say
I heard
for reading
that.
things?
Anyways,
I wasn't trying to be secretive about it.
I just remember what I'm going to do with my base. Now I figured it out. I don't know.
Alright, let's see. Ending stream words. What did we say? Thank you all for showing up. I'm glad.
Millennial.
I'm not a millennial.
You are a millennial. Claire's a millennial.
Yeah,
I'm trying to end stream. Could you guys chill, please? Here we go. So we are going to raid into CKY, who is doing
born in
a
December,
words.
and she was in, I think her birthday.
A playthrough, like a test playthrough of a mod thing he's been working on, which is very cool.
Yeah, I think she's
Yes,
her birthday's
there's the raid message. Thank you, Shadow. You're the best.
it's either right before or after.
Copy and paste it, and add your own emotes if you don't have mine, which is fine.
Anna, you lied to me.
Just don't spam them too much. And I will see you next weekend. Probably Dragon and I. We might be playing Minecraft. We might be playing Mario Kart. Who knows?
It's so butt and then on.
But I will see y'all then. Thank you so much for hanging out.